Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Plants and Politics. So hopefully you guys all watched the first January 6th committee hearing last night. If not, I wanted to share some key takeaways, really vital cliff notes that I took, and of course, my thoughts. So first off, I want everyone to think about this. I want you to think about this now, and especially in November. If the Republicans were in charge of the House right now, this investigation would have never happened. And one of the most important things we learned last night, and what we wouldn't know if they were in charge, is that some of their members knew that they had committed crimes related to Trump's attempted coup. And they actually sought preemptive pardons for those crimes. So I'll get to the details on that in a few minutes, but I think that the biggest takeaways from last night's hearing was that, of course, but also the fact that Donald Trump knew damn well that the election wasn't stolen, and he pushed this lie anyway. And that's really the most crucial fact to determine, because without proving that he knew better, but he continued to stoke these flames that eventually grew into this violent attempted overthrow of the government, he couldn't be held accountable in a court of law. So they have to prove that he knew he didn't win, but he lied and said he did anyway and caused all of this chaos. So the other big takeaway is that the Proud Boys are screwed, because there's video evidence showing that it wasn't that they were just in DC, they were there for Trump's rally, and then, one thing led to another and it got out of hand. I mean, they're not just like a lot of other people who were there and happened to end up in the Capitol. So here's the key details that were shared last night and the conclusions that I've come to. The committee played a portion of Bill Barr's testimony. This was Donald Trump's attorney general, and he told them in part, quote, "I had 3 discussions with the president that I can recall. One was on November 23rd, one was on December 1st, and one was on December 14th. I made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying that the election was stolen and putting out this stuff, which I told the president was bullshit. And I didn't want to be part of it. And that's one of the reasons that went into me deciding to leave when I did. You can't live in a world where the incumbent administration stays in power based on its view, unsupported by specific evidence, that there was fraud in the election." And then Barr went on in his testimony to say that he, quote, "did not see evidence of fraud." He also said there was, quote, "zero basis for the allegations." He called it, quote, "complete nonsense" and, quote, "crazy stuff." And Barr said that he told Trump and others that they were, quote, "wasting their time." And remember, this is the same Bill Barr who was appointed by Trump because Jeff Sessions wasn't sufficiently loyal, and Barr was willing to lie for Trump about the Mueller report. He lied about what was in the Mueller report and downplayed the findings. This isn't a never Trumper. This isn't some Trump liberal leftist. This is the same attorney general who's covered up for crimes of previous Republican administrations. And yet he is even unwilling to go along with this blatant and unconstitutional attempted coup and an overthrow of the government.